Good afternoon, sir, and Mr. Legal Counsel. Just a short housekeeping. If you're going to speak, please press the button on the microphone that says talk. You can release it. If the light on the tip of the microphone turns on, that means the mic is on. If you're going to stop talking, just press the mic again. So with that, we'll start. I think we've done this already. Officer Laniyo, would you kindly raise your right hand, please? You don't have to stand up, just raise your right hand. Sir, do you swear or affirm under penalty of law that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Now, would you kindly state again for the record your name, your title, and the agency you represent?
PO1 Myron Laniyo, DPS.
Thank you, sir. Would your counsel please identify himself?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and this honorable body. My name is Brian Nicholas, and I'm appearing as counsel for Officer Laniyo this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Officer Laniyo, just for the record and for your information, I've said this to the other witnesses that came in, that the purpose of this committee hearing is to gather information to determine whether the allegations contained in Article 4, 6, and 11 of House Resolution 17-111 has any basis or is supportable. If the allegations, if there are any basis for the allegations. This committee is currently conducting hearings and trying to receive testimonies to determine that you are not the subject of this investigation. Personally, you are not a defendant here. This is merely trying to gather evidence. So any statements or testimonies that can allow this body to make that determination would be appreciated. We of course understand your rights, and if a question is posed that you feel might incriminate yourself, you have all the right to plead the Fifth Amendment. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Counsel, did you want to make a statement first? I believe most of the counsels that have come in here have publicly stated their I don't want to.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Chairman. I've shared my concerns with you in private with some members of your honorable committee, and as understood or represented to you, without getting into the specifics, I think Mr. Laniyo, this is his second time to come before this honorable body, and he had asserted his rights when he was called upon to return, so he's here. And it is with the utmost respect to the members of this honorable body that he will again be asserting his right to remain silent, as I had respectfully informed this committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you turn off your mic, Counsel? Thank you. And for the record, yes, Officer Laniyo was present earlier and represented by the Attorney General, Assistant Attorney General. Mr. Officer Laniyo did plead the Fifth Amendment, and that pleading the Fifth basically required that the Assistant Attorney General recuse themselves from representing Officer Laniyo, and so basically Officer Laniyo was now required to find his own attorney. We could not ask any further questions at that time with Officer Laniyo present without an attorney. So that is why we had to reschedule him. And now he is present again. We appreciate the cooperation, and we can perhaps start with the questioning. Any of the members wish to begin? Representative Tep-Tep.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And the counsel for the witness is absolutely correct. One of the reasons stated by the Assistant Attorney General in the first appearance of the witness indicated that the subpoena issued to the witness was deficient. Addressing specifically on Section 1301, and that's subpoena issued, form, contents, and services and execution, where the counsel said it is deficient, and thus there may have been some miscommunication from the Assistant Attorney General in that part, because subsequent to discussions in all other proceedings with other witnesses, this body found that it is not deficient, and we can go even directly to Section 1308. 1308, it says cooperation of government officers and employees. It states, the officers and employees of the Commonwealth shall cooperate with any investigating committee and with its representatives, and furnish to it or to its representative such information as may be called for in connection with research activities of that specific committee, such as what we in front of us now, this special committee. I also have, Mr. Chairman, I'm sure that other members have their statement or self-statement by Officer Laniyo, provided and dated September 24th of a few days ago. September 24th to the commissioner from the witness officer, stating his self-statement stated on August 4th. That's the time frame that this committee is looking into. At about 3 a.m., Officer S. Petris, and I believe it's Officer S. Petris 1, and I, seems to be some let me just read it. Officer S. Petris, I were informed by our field supervisor to meet with Deputy Commissioner Ambrosio Gumro. When I arrived, we were instructed to escort Ed Buckingham to the airport and provide security for safety purposes. After we were cleared from the airport, we received word from Deputy that we can leave the area. The above statement is true and to the best of my knowledge. With that, Mr. Chairman, I will ask that we dismiss the witness. I think the evidence or the statement, at least for me, is clear enough.
Any further questions?
Chair, at this time I object to that motion, if that is such a motion from Representative.
The motion was offered. I don't recall it being seconded. Discussion. Representative De La Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And with all due respect to Officer Laniyo, the statement that he provided was somewhat watered down, if you will. It is public knowledge that 2 officers were involved in pushing a certain individual during the morning of August 4th. This individual being a news reporter. We have interviewed this witness prior to today. We have asked this particular witness to inform this body who were the two individuals that had pushed her. And now what we are trying to motion is to remove a witness. Mr. Laniyo is not here to face a court. He's here to answer questions from this committee that we may ask. We're not asking to incriminate Officer Laniyo at this point. We wanted to get some clarification as to the events that had occurred on August 4th. And Officer Laniyo was one of the individuals at that period. Again, I must say that that is public knowledge. It has been viewed by, I guess, anyone and everyone that has seen the footages from a news report. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Further discussion, Vice Speaker?
Mr. Chairman, do we have the footage? Mr. Chairman, do we have the raw footage? Can we play it? So maybe to further shed light on our discussion, and maybe Mr. Laniyo can ascertain whether he is the one in the footage and what did he do? Did he really push?
Right. And that is why I objected the motion to dismiss, so that we may ask Officer Laniyo whether that had occurred and was he involved. That is all that we wanted to hear. With regards to the footage, we did view the edited footage. Now the question is to ask our witness.
Thank you. I will take that into consideration. You know what? First of all, that video was already witnessed by this panel. I don't know why we should air it again. You know, and if we did, we're going to air it again. The question would be, what for? Is it to determine whether Officer Laniyo pushed Tina Sablan? And if that is, I go back to what are the questions we're really trying to address here. I don't think,
So
I stated earlier that Officer Laniyo we also have to be mindful of, I guess, our questions. That we do have questions that we can raise to ascertain whether, you know, Articles 4, 6, and 11 did occur, not necessarily to, I think, I don't know. But I'm going to rule against showing the video.
Mr. Chairman,
Vice.
so in the absence of the video, but first of all, let me just clarify. Did I hear that the council mentioned something about Mr. Laniyo's pleading his Fifth Amendment right under the Fifth Amendment? Or maybe I misheard it or misinterpreted? That we could proceed.
Is that a question to me?
Yes, maybe just to clarify, because I want to make sure that I heard.
Vice, can I clarify that?
No, why don't you let him clarify?
I think I can answer simply.
Mr. Chairman, may I respectfully
Please,
respond?
please do.
Yes. The simple answer to your question is but a very simple yes. And if I may respectfully mention, the discussions among yourself about pussy and this and that is the very reason why he's spreading his constitutional right. So, to answer your question, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counsel. Now, may I answer that question as well? Yes, the reason he hasn't yet, Vice, is because he hasn't been asked a question yet. When we ask a question to officer, he can either answer it or plead the fifth. The reason he hasn't invoked the fifth yet is because no questions were asked yet of Mr. Lanizo. Now,
I just want, just to clarify, Mr. Chairman,
certainly.
I just don't want that we continue on with our discussion. I want to make sure that we get that, the first things first.
Vice, they
Because I
cannot.
don't want to get tangled with something else later on.
Thank you. I can appreciate that. But it's kind of like, do you answer the question first before you are asked? No, you have to wait to be asked. Then you can answer. So with that, there was a motion on the floor to, to dismiss. It was objected to. There were discussions. Under discussion, under discussion, I wanted to see if I can just get some clarification. Now, Officer Lanizo, you did sign a self-statement. Is that correct? Just a self-statement. We have your statement here, and Representative Tep already read it, and I'm not going to dispute. As a matter of fact, I appreciate that you did a self-statement, at least to give this body some understanding of what happened in your point of view. I just want to get clarification, and if you don't want to answer, you can plead the fifth. I just wanted to raise a clarification here where you say that Officer Patris and I were informed by our field supervisor to meet with Deputy Commissioner Ambrosio. That's a very clear. You were asked, or maybe even instructed by your field supervisor. I just wanted to ask if you recall who your field supervisor was.
Respectfully, Mr. Chairman, if I am not mistaken, the quote-unquote statement that was in the possession of this honorable committee was not submitted by Mr. Officer Lanizo.
Oh.
It was submitted, it purports to be a statement prepared by him but not submitted to the committee, submitted by somebody else. It should not have been submitted to this committee, but it was submitted. So with respect, along the line of the Honorable Vice, to the extent that there's going to be any questions asked from my client regarding that statement, he will plead the fifth, just so we don't waste anyone's time. Thank you.
Counsel, that's a news to us because I think all of us were given statements, and I'm presuming because this is a memo from the Department of Public Safety that this came from the Department of Public Safety, and that's why we.
I think so the record is clear. When I say it was not my client did not submit. He's not the one who handed it to the committee. Somebody else did.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I want to clarify.
So your client did not submit it directly to us. That's clear. I think the department did, per the subpoena duces tecum. So, and just to get clarification, you didn't, officer, you didn't want to answer that? Do you plead the fifth on that? It was just to get clarification. Actually, I have to. Okay, can I ask a general question then? Not regarding the statement. Just a general question for a law enforcement official. DPS and any law enforcement agency is sort of, they call it what, paramilitary, sort of has a organizational structure similar to the military, where there are chain of command. There's a chain of command. You have, everybody from the top captains, majors, sergeants, and so forth down. As a law enforcement officer, if you are given an instruction from your superior, you are expected to follow it. Is that correct? Just a yes or no. And you don't have to if you don't want. If you feel it's going to incriminate
Yes.
you. Thank you. That's a fair. So, any instructions you get, you have a duty to follow it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in this case, you know, it doesn't matter whether, or maybe it does, whether I think I won't ask this question because I know what the answer is going to be, but at least I know that, you know, what's expected of you, you understand that. You are merely following instructions. Is that a fair statement relative to the incident that occurred?
Mr. Chairman,
Let him answer first.
Mr. Chairman, privilege, objection.
State your privilege.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think it has repeatedly been said to the committee that the Fifth Amendment right has been invoked. No?
Is that a clarification, Vice?
Isn't that what we are hearing?
I just asked a question and I was waiting for an answer. So if the client pleads the Fifth, that would be the answer, but we haven't gotten there yet. It's a I'll tell you what, Counsel, I will withdraw that question.
Thank you.
Okay, I yield to any other member. Representative Del Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Officer Lanizo, orders that you receive from your, I guess, superiors. Whenever you receive orders from your superiors, you answered in the affirmative that you do follow those orders, correct?
That's correct.
With regards to assisting or escorting individuals in your line of work, such as escorting and driving officials and so forth. Does DPS have a standard as to the level of force that they can execute to prevent individuals from, I don't know, taking pictures, videoing a certain event? Or are there a certain level of force that one must exercise, and depending on the circumstances of such action? Or is that clear? Is that clear of a question, officer?
Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, on the advice of my lawyer, I again respectfully assert my constitutional right to remain silent under the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution, and also under Article 1, Section 4C of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Northern Carolina.
Thank you, Officer Lanizo. At this time, Chair, I have nothing.
Thank you, Officer and Counsel. The members may continue to ask questions. The Officer Lanizo, may plead the fifth, but I think it is not a blanket statement to cover all future questions. We would leave it to the discretion of the witness and his legal counsel as to which questions he may answer and which ones he may plead the fifth. Is that understood? Thank you. Representative Tep-Tep, go ahead. Oh, okay. This is a DPA or law enforcement question. It's not relative to the incident itself, but I just was wondering, does DPS provide protective escorts? I don't even know if that's a legal word or the right word. Do law enforcement officials provide what do you call this, protective detail, I think is the word, or escort? Or maybe have you ever if you don't want to answer, just say I plead the fifth. It was shortcut. You don't have to read the whole thing.
With that being said, Mr. Chairman, to the extent that my client will exercise his constitutional right by saying I will plead the fifth, assert my constitutional, it is understood that it is as technically required. That is the whole statement that he earlier read to this body.
Thank you. But because he has read it and we do understand it, it's understood already.
That's exactly what I wanted to make clear on the record, because it is required that it be specifically detailed each and every time a question is asked. So if to the extent that I assert my constitutional right and it's understood to be what he read, I'm fine with that. Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification. So noted. Members, anything else before we dismiss our witness? Nothing further? No objections? Representative Tep-Tep.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Are you referring to my motion?
Thank you. I know your motion still stands and it's been under discussion. I will go ahead and put it to vote if there's no further discussion.
Chair, at this time,
I can execute my, I can exercise my authority and overrule that motion.
At this time, Chair, I wish to ask Representative Tep-Tep if he is willing to withdraw so that we can dismiss Officer Laniyo.
If I understand your question, Representative De La Cruz, given that if that is what the chairman will do, then I may withdraw at this point, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. And so we can speed it up. We have many other witnesses. Officer Laniyo, we respect you for coming here and for being here. You are hereby dismissed. Thank you, legal counsel.
Just so the record is clear, without waiving my client's right to concerns regarding the legal sufficiency of your subpoena, it is my understanding that you're, Mr. Chairman, it is my understanding that, Mr. Chairman, you are releasing my client from the powers of your subpoena?
I think the proper term, if I was to relieve him, or what was the term you used?
You're releasing him.
I am dismissing him for the time being. If the committee so decides, and this is a this is the same thing we tell every witness, that if the committee so decides to call him back, that they may do so. And he's not being treated any differently. If I excuse him, then he is no longer expected to return.
So it is my understanding that
He's being dismissed.
dismissed and the subpoena is still in place.
Yes, sir. Have a good day. Sergeant at Arms, can you please call in Officer Peter Camacho?